Welcome back to an installment of the Forza Horizon 5 Rally Shootout. It has been a very long while, I will admit. I've just not really, to be honest, like my time spent on FH5 is pretty much get the car and then not play it until the next week's. But with the recent addition of like the DLCs and whatnot, I'm sort of finding myself wanting to play FH5 a little bit more, sort of getting the series back on track type of ordeal. So, of course, I'm not using any of the new cars, but what I thought I would do is give this car a whirl, the Ariel 500 V8. A car that should be actually quite interesting for this, considering it is extremely lightweight. It's already got a good amount of power to start off with. It's already got a good power to weight ratio. So we shall see what is what. Right, okay. Let's get into the build. Of course, the most important thing is I need to put it on four-wheel drive. Well, okay, I can put in twin turbos, probably not though. The other thing as well is off-road race tyres, rally suspension, that's drift suspension, and of course the off-road diff. Now the rest of the build is completely up to me. I've got to try and choose smartly. What's the top speed? Okay, yeah, that's fine. I don't really need to increase the top speed with the gears because of course I can't tune the car. I might have to do something about electric if like the... actually, to be honest, I don't really know. The top speed on the highest speeds I'm getting really here is about 140, so we should be fine. Okay, so question is, do I want... I'm probably going to put that on. I'm going to put on the intake, take out no kilos whatsoever. Okay. Yeah, it's an extremely light car to begin with. I'm noticing though, as I'm adding more power, of course I do is expect the handling is going down a little bit. Okay, do I really want race brakes? How much weight are you taking? Ooh, you take off a lot. That is... Well, imagine... Yeah, the off-road's going to go down a little bit because of it being lighter, but... I'm losing... What is that? That is 16 kilograms there. That's quite a noticeable amount. Obviously, gears add weight. What are you? You're 5 kilos. I imagine the car's on the lightest wheels possible. Can't increase the tyre width, that's the unfortunate thing. Oh, it's not. Interesting. Okay, so I can take off 10 kilos, and that's the lightest? Yep. Right, okay, 10 kilos, and that is the lightest. Which, to be honest, I think is probably going to be fine enough. I'm noticing, though, my recording's a little bit desynced. That's a little bit of a shame. Might have to pause the video halfway through, check if that is all okay, and if not, I can just redo the build. That is fine though. Right, okay, so yeah, 10 kilos, we'll put on that. Now, is there a possibility that reduces PI, but I don't think I'm going to be, I think this atom is pretty much maxed out, because I don't really see the point in that. I don't think 19 kilos, does it really help? It reduces the acceleration actually. I think it increases the handling. Well, I mean, to be honest, it's the benchmark, but it's actually helping quite a bit, I will admit. Alright, okay, yeah, I'll do that. And I can't do anything else. I'm not even going to try and attempt that. No, I'm not even going to... Yeah, there's no point. Right, okay. Well, there we go. That is the Atom built. So, when we compare the stats, obviously, we're going to be down on power. There's no surprises there. The Ford, the Hoonigan Ford, was on 750 horsepower, 800 newton meters of torque. This has only got 530 horsepower and 406 newton meters of torque. So we are down, 220 horsepower and then, 400 newton meters of torque. That's a lot of torque to be down. However, the car is lighter by roughly 500 kilos. That's a lot of weight. Half a ton lighter is an astronomical amount to be lighter by. So, let's take this to the Three Hills, see what is what. Okay, so here we are at the start of the Three Hills Horizon Rally, going to have 4 attempts with the Ariel Atom to see what is what. The current leader is still the benchmark car, the Hoonigan RS200 with a 158.2. I think I would like it to... I don't know if it will, how well it will do. I really have zero idea. We are extremely light, but we're down on power. But The lightness is a blessing and a curse. You know, we're going to have fantastic acceleration, but we are very likely just be thrown about on the bumps a hell of a lot. You know, because that was the main issue with the Huracan. I probably wasn't just because it was light, but that was awful over the bumps. That just absolutely murdered it, and I fear the Atom might suffer the same fate, but we'll have to wait and see. Let's see, attempt 1, let's set down the benchmark for this car and try and decipher what is what for me. Okay, so acceleration is damn good, as you would expect. Oh, that is extremely sideways over that bump there. Gonna be full on sliding over the hairpin, that's completely fine. Huge jump. Gonna tap it on the brake, see if we can get through here, mess it through there nicely, which we have done. And be dragged very wide, a lot of understeer on the landing as well. With the Atom, ooh, that's an awkward landing. Yep, that was too much speed through there. Okay, gotta slow it right the way down for that section there before we hit the square left. That's the right, sorry. Come on. The brakes though on the car are very damn good. That is a saving grace of sorts. Yeah, I think it was a better call to not really go for the race brakes. Oh god, it pitted sideways over there, and I've missed the checkpoint. Well, okay, this run is completely null and void. Yeah, it hits that sector through there. It gets tipped sideways. I think it is the lightness at the minute is being the curse, because it's just so bad over the bumps. It's really not dealing with them well whatsoever. Okay, but we've got to try and deal with that somehow. Possibly just take, you know, speed slower. That's a lot of understeer on the landing. Okay, this sector here, I'm going to brake very early. Oh, again, it just on the landing, it just tips the front wheels up, and there's nothing I can do. It's just nothing but understeer. Ooh, this is. I've got to try and find a good line for this, for the Atom. Okay, can we get through there nicely? Yeah. Well, the other thing as well is that on the power, it is quite understeery. Right. Okay. So obviously, I had to rewind, so I missed a checkpoint, but we managed to do a 2:03.666. Okay. Yeah. How am I going to find 2 seconds? I mean, you know, there is obviously rough sections, of course, but I need to try and keep. I think one of the main problems, definitely, I think the bumps, of course, is what is thwarting this car. But I think it's not only that, it's the understeer at the same time. This is a very, very understeery car, especially on the power. So I think, you know, I'm going to be relying on the handbrake a little bit more than usual. And I've got to try and keep the car in a straight line as much as possible at the same time, especially for these bumps. I know. I think it is because of the lightness, because I'm going to be going sideways in the air, landing a jump. It's just it's not going to be great. It just really isn't. I'm going to be carrying a little bit more speed through the water, trying to keep it to the left, so I can keep myself on the more appropriate line. Okay, but the brakes though are really damn good. Keeping a straight line. Awful braking zone through there, but we managed to. We survived through it. Oh, come on, that's pinging off the wall, that's fine. It wouldn't be a value if there's not a form of damage done to the car. See, are we through there? We're fine. It's got to try and wrestle it through now. On the brakes, sideways. Oh, that was a mistake. Yep, that was a big mistake from me. Going very early on the brakes. Oof, that was too close to call. I need, you know, that was a little bit too slow for me, but I really don't trust this car because of the bumps. It causes too much problems. We're not beating the Ford. We're not beating the RS200. I can tell you that for a fact. Right, okay, come on, now towards the line, flat out. Okay, we've got a time on the board. It was still a 203, a 203.524, so we found 1/10. That's not good enough. Right. We really need to... we need to be braver, but at the same token, if I'm being braver, I'm going to be going faster, and it's just, I think it's going to be causing more problems. But I've got to push, really, now, because, like I said, it's 2 seconds to try and find with this car, and I don't know if it will find it. It's a tricky one, this. It really is a tricky series to try and build a good car for, because, you know, I've just got to put up with whatever Forza gives me. And, well, Forza's tuning is not great whatsoever. So, you know, that's just it. I've got to somehow work with what I've got. Take the different line. Just, again, we're in the air so much through there. I'm trying to get on the brakes. I think just going through the water is probably the better call for the final run. Okay, so that was a lot nicer on that bump, actually. I found what I need to do there. I need to keep left, and then, you know, it's a little bit of a smoother run for the corner, so that's good knowledge for future. Whoop, gotta try and go over there. Let's see. Okay, so the brakes are very good. It's keeping a straight line. It jumped to the right. That's not good at all. We managed to wrestle it through. Okay, are we good? Yeah, we're fine. It's just so much understeer and gets thrown about so awfully. I really want to push the car more, but I just can't. I've got severe trust issues with the Ariel. I could have turned in a little bit earlier through there. I've hit a tree. That's cost me big time. Yeah, if I didn't hit the tree, that would have been a 201. Right, okay, I've got to try now. I've got to string it all together for this final attempt. Okay, this is not going to be great. At least I think this is the final attempt. I forgot. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is the final attempt. Okay, come on. Come on, Adam. Let's see if we can at least beat the Huracan. You know, we're half a second down on it. We are potentially going to find that little bit of time. I think we are slower through the first sector, so we need to push the car even harder, but that's when mistakes form, and especially with how easy it is to make mistakes here. You know, there's a very fine line between hero and zero. That was okay, not too bad, but he drags the car wide. Okay, we're gonna just go through the water. I think that is just a better call, I will admit. I think that is just a lot better. Just go through the water. So keep it left. There we go. Keep it left, and then pretty much I think just keep it in the middle once I've dove off there, just to try and keep a smooth line. That's, you know, if I'm going to try and go wide, almost like a Scandinavian flick, but I think it's just a very high chance the car's just going to be pitted into a spin from the bump, so let's not do that. We're putting fifth on the brakes. Actually, to be honest, I think that might help the car a little bit. A little bit cheeky of a method, I will admit, but might actually help. Oh, that was much cleaner through that sector. That was much cleaner. Just dive across, take out the trees. That's fine though. Oh, managed to actually keep it out the wall. The understeer is kicking in. The pedals of death. Much quicker through that sector. Avoid the trees. Come on, Atom. Around the final corner. Oh, that's a lot better. That is a lot better. Almost a sub 2 minute. But you know, so far that is not a terrible time. A 2 minute dead, well, a 2 minutes point 204 has put it in second place, beating the Lexus by 0.8 of a second there. Yes, 0.8 of a second. Oh no, never mind, sorry, I misread my leaderboard. I'm an idiot, I get it. Yeah, it's just, it was so light, this car, it caused so many problems actually trying to get it to work nicely over the bumps. But the acceleration there was actually pretty good. If I do manage to, now that I'm starting to learn the track a lot more, obviously I think as time goes on, I'm going to start getting faster and faster and faster as I'm learning more and more the little nuances, little techniques for cars. So some of the lighter ones will start doing better as time progresses. So, you know, I'm still sort of very early on starting to learn the ropes a little bit with this. However, I'm going to call it there for a video. Do hope you enjoyed. All feedback is appreciated. If you want to suggest a car, feel free to leave it in the comments and I will go ahead and do it. However, that is it from me. Take care and ciao for now.